Woo, that was close, wasn't it? Houston Texans gutsy win at home against the Arizona Cardinals. That's the way to not allow a 2-8 team come in your building and get a charity win. Shouts out to this defense. This defense all year has been gutty. They've been grimy. They've been stopping teams from getting into the end zone, forcing them to kick field goals. They get the game ball in this one for sure. C.J. Stroud. If it wasn't for those three interceptions, you have a picture perfect game. Picture perfect game. You look at his stat line, I mean, he threw for over 300 yards. This offense was moving the ball up and down the field. They should have had more points in this game, but they stalled out on certain drives, and of course, CJ's three interceptions when they were moving the ball fairly well. So they didn't have no problem moving the ball against these Cardinals. The only problem is a couple of miscues, interceptions. CJ Stroud will tell you himself. Them dropping in coverage, disguising some things, and catching him off guard. But let's be honest. You didn't think C.J. Stroud was going to throw one or two interceptions all season, did you? Yeah, it would have been great, but that's not realistic. Defenses in this league is too good to go out there and allow any quarterback just to throw for one or two interceptions all year. Can it happen? Yeah, it could happen, but a lot of luck got to come on your side. I mean, batted balls got to hit the ground without somebody running underneath them. Interceptions got to be dropped. That's hitting guys right in the hands. So there's a lot of things that has to happen for a quarterback to throw really under 5 interceptions all year. Yeah, of course it can happen, but likely it's not going to happen. So C.J. Stroud doing a hell of a job. This is one of his games where he just threw interceptions all over the field. Some was tipped, some was bad reads, but he had a hell of a game, and it was a gutsy team win. They moved the ball enough to at least to put 21 points on the board and to keep that defense honest. But since 2 or 3 weeks ago, this team started pushing the ball down the field, take the top off of the roof, making the defense honor the deep ball, and it's opened up everything underneath. Schultz getting involved. You got all the underneath routes that we're picking up. But since they start pushing the ball down the field, great things are starting to happen. And man, what's up with Singletary? The guy is running his butt off. Damian Pierce, you better hurry up and get back. Singletary in there tumbling like a butterball turkey through that line of scrimmage. Being elusive, making guys miss, picking up extra yardage. But shouts out to this defense. Without that defense, they're going to lay their hat on this defense this year. If this defense continues to play tight, causing turnovers, giving up few points, they're going to the playoffs. This offense is good enough to where if that defense plays like that, they're going to make the playoffs. No doubt about it. But way to bounce back, C.J. Stroud. You're not letting these interceptions stay in your head. You're coming back, worrying about the next play, pushing the ball down the field. You're not being timid with it. You throw an interception, you come back, you throw a touchdown pass. That's the way you got to play all season long. Keep your mind focused and strong, which we already know you're going to do that. And this team is winning ugly. Winning ugly now. Don't have to play a perfect game to win. So they held down the fort at home against these Cardinals. There's a big game coming up next week against the Jaguars. Divisional game. Jaguars, they're rolling. They're feeling good about themselves. Texans can get that one. They can be on their way of winning this division. So great win, Houston Texans. That's the way to gut it out at home. Great teams win games ugly. And y'all did that this afternoon. That fourth down that we went for in that first quarter, I don't mind going for it on fourth down. It was just a bad play call. I think the announcer mentioned it as well in the game. Something about that toss sweep I just don't like. Short yardage, 4th and 1, 4th and 2. I do not like toss sweeps. First of all, they push your running back out there on the island. Too many things that has to happen for you not only to get to the line of scrimmage, but get the yards that you need gained. The blocking has to be perfectly right. You're putting your guy out there on the island. You're basically saying, defense, beat me to the spot. So in certain situations, that will work. You got to have a team that's blitzing on the opposite side, pretty much, an all-out blitz for that to work. You can surprise them every once in a while, but on a fourth down play, I'd rather them pass it than run that play. A lead up the gut, something like that. Basically, I would have did a quarterback draw. Quarterback draw would have picked that up. CJ dropping back, hesitate, take off down the middle. Find the gaps in the line, pick up the first down yardage. But like I said, you can't have everything your way. That was just one play that stuck out early in this game that could have got the momentum going. Could have easily kicked the field goal, made it 7-3. I'd have been cool with that. just to put some points on the board, trusting your defense, which they've been making stops all year long, causing turnovers. Could have easily kicked that field goal, go play some defense, get the ball back, take the lead, which they eventually did anyway. So D'Amico Ryans, I like his calling on fourth downs. He go for a lot of fourth downs, but we just need Bobby Slowik to call the right plays when it's fourth and short yardage. Not all this gadget stuff, all these sweeps. You going straight down that line, picking up yardage. We're not doing nothing fancy. Don't toss it back, no reverse sweeps. Just get the yards you need to get, especially when it's only 2 yards. Come on, man. Pass the ball if that's the case. Plays like that can cost you when you make the playoffs. Teams are too fine-tuned if you have the opportunity to make the playoffs. When it's 4th and 1, 4th and 2, you running gadget sweeps. No, man, down that line. We ain't going horizontal, we going vertical. Get that first down yardage. So Bobby Slowik, get it together. This is a good learning experience for you in this regular season. But as you get deeper down this season, teams are keying in. And plays like that on 4th and 2 that you don't pick up can cost you the game. It swings momentum. Once you have momentum, you have to keep momentum. And that punt, my goodness, I thought we lost that one. I don't know what they were looking at on instant replay. I'll be honest with you. From our angle and what we was watching, hit the guy right in the back, rolled down his back, and you could have swore that the ref was going to come back and said, touch one of our players, Arizona gets the ball back. But finally, can you believe it? Finally, we get a call that goes our way. When the refs go under the hood, we got something that went our way that looked at obvious, and they said, Houston's ball? Can't believe that. Can't believe that, but if this is a new thing, I like it. So let's keep that rolling then. Even for the Rockets, to keep that rolling with them too. Bad call against the Clippers the other night, matter of fact. But that's another story. But Houston, wonderful game. You beat a team you're supposed to beat, so you just handled your business at home. They were 2-8. There's been no excuse losing this ball game. It shouldn't have been this close, to be honest with you, but like I said, we had a couple of miscues, interceptions. I understand that. C.J. Stroud, keep your head up. You're going to bounce back next game as well. I know you don't like throwing interceptions. I know you want to stay perfect as possible, because if you're a competitor, that's what you want to do. You want to stay perfect as possible. But in this game, it's not going to happen. Let's just have more touchdowns and interceptions. Just have that ratio figured out, and you'll be all right. Just don't have more interceptions and touchdowns, and everything will be fine. Continue to play the way you're playing all year. You'll get Rookie of the Year. You got my vote. We're going to listen to a little bit of this press conference with D'Amico Ryans, C.J. Stroud. See what they got to say about this. There we go.
For CJ, we continue to highlight the good that he's doing, right? You talk about a young guy who can move the football down the field, right? You're going to have miscues. You're going to have bad plays, but it's all about how you respond to those plays. So we'll continue to highlight all the positive things that CJ is doing, and then we'll also coach him up, right, on those negative plays. And CJ knows. That's what I love about CJ. He knows when he makes a mistake, and he already knows, what he needs to do to fix it. Very coachable, all right, but I know he'll be dialed in on getting better this week.
Well, Nico, obviously you're going to enjoy this for a day, but then you got the Jacksonville Jaguars coming in, and final gun next Sunday. The winner will be in first place.
Big game against the Jaguars.
For us, it's we're credit to our guys, right, for putting us in a position to be where we are, to be able to compete. And so all I ask our guys from day one is just continue to improve, continue to focus on getting better, and if we're playing meaningful football late in the season, and that shows the growth. That shows that everybody is doing what they're.
He's a great man, ain't he? He's not going to give you nothing too saucy. I mean, he's not going to brag on the team. He's not going to brag on himself. He's not going to give you too much. He's going to give you just the amount that you need, and you take it and do something with it. But yeah, he says the right things all the time, man. He's not going to big this team up. He's not going to big himself up. He knows the bigger picture, continue to play winning football, and then at the end, you're going to have yourself a little surprise.
They're supposed to do, right? Focused on getting better. So it's good for us to be in this spot playing meaningful football.
You mentioned defense probably going offense. What do you hope this could possibly do for
Yeah, that's the thing about this game and the thing about playing in the NFL, most games are going to come down to that last possession. And at some point, right, that's why, guys, I tell the guys, that's why you get paid the big bucks, right? When the game is on the line, can you step up and make plays in those moments, right? And it's cool to see. Again, for our guys, nobody blinks in that moment. We've seen our offense drive down late in games and make plays, and now defense stood up and made plays. I think overall, it just continues to add confidence to our guys, confidence to our team, knowing that no matter what the situation is, no matter how ugly it may look, like there's still time on the clock, we still have a chance.
Hey, Domingo, did you see anything that Arizona did in the second half in terms of adjustments that was kind of spiny in the offense? It was just you guys kind of shooting your own selves in the second half?
I feel like in the second half, it was totally us and our mistakes that stalled us on offense, right? And defensively, it's our mistakes that allowed them to continue to move drives. We stood up on fourth down, but we shouldn't have let them get in those situations. We have to improve our tackling. We got to be better in that situation.
Coach,
And to be honest with you, this should have been like 40-16. That's how badly Houston should have won this game. If it wasn't for the turnovers, little miscues here and there. But they outplayed these Cardinals, especially early. Like, going for it on fourth down and not getting it. Interceptions when the drives were being successful and we looked like we were about to move down the field and get a touchdown. And then CJ throws a pick, swings momentum. Plays like that, if we were a lot sharper on offense, 40 points guaranteed. This team shouldn't even been in the building with us, but they lucked out and they was able to have a chance to win it in the end, and they ought to be blessed for that because this offense was moving.
CJ takes a big shot from Thompson to save it. We all saw he had to leave the game. Davis Mills comes in. Can you speak to anything? Did he have to clear protocol in one play? Was he rattled? And then to come right back and throw it down to Tank Dale. How important was that for the sideline to be able to tell the guys how he can face adversity physically? We haven't necessarily seen that from him this year.
CJ is tough, right? Tough man, tough young man. Stood in there, took a big hit, got the wind knocked out of him, but he got to take a play off there to make sure he's fine, checking with our medical staff. They did a really good job making sure he was okay. And he was fine to go back in. But he went back in, and it shows, the resolve that he has. It doesn't matter. He represents for his team. Every time he steps out on the field, he continues to make big play after big play for us.
Domingo, you had a good view of the long touchdown pass where you got flushed out of the pocket. Explain that play from the time you saw Stroud coming out of the pocket till you saw Tank make the catch.
All right, as I see CJ rolling towards our sideline, I look up and I see Tank has a step on the defender. And when I see those two, in a position to make a play, 9 times out of 10, Tank is coming down with that ball. And to see Tank go up, as soon as it left CJ's hand, I knew it was a touchdown.
But we talk about take the top off the roof. Exactly the play he's talking about. Like I said, 2 or 3 weeks ago, it's been a change. They've been pushing the ball down the field to Tank Dell, to Nico Collins, changed his offense. I don't know if they were trying to baby CJ Stroud early in the year with that dink and dunk, not want to take too many shots. You got too much speed. You got too much athleticism. You got too much height, jump ball ability to not throw the ball down deep. And like we said, even if you don't complete them, the defense has to honor it. So he understands that, and I think it took C.J. Stroud ranting and raving to get this done because he was like, slow it. Let's push the ball down the field. We're dinking and dunking. We're not giving ourselves an opportunity with all the talent that we have. We have to push the ball down the field, and ever since they've done that, it's been golden. So you got to love that.
Have time for a couple more.
Coach, Will Anderson started the game off early with a sack. Got pressure on Kyler Murray to end off the game. They helped Steven Nelson on that pass deflection. Can you talk about the impact the rookie has had? We've heard a lot about CJ coming to this week, but for Will Anderson as a rookie, how impactful has he been for this Texans defense?
Will has been very impactful for our defense. He's an impact player. Will plays the game with a relentless mindset. Right? Love the way he gets after it each and every snap. Man, you talk about
shouts out to Will Anderson. Will been coming through all year long. It's not showing up in the games. Well, maybe it is if you're really watching the game. The pressures that he almost gets there, almost gets a sack, hurrying up the quarterback. Got him a sack in this ball game, came in a good big time, but he's always there. Will Anderson is always there, even if he doesn't make the play. It's going to get there. If it don't happen this year, just let the seasons go along. Will Anderson's going to be big time in this league, so you just watch out for that. But yes, good game by him. Glad he got a sack. Feels good about it. And when he's playing well, this team was just
Effort, you talk about him disrupting the quarterback. He did a really nice job today, along with our entire D-line, right? You talk about a tough out with Kyler Murray. He's not an easy guy to get down. So, as I told the guys before we play, you're going to have to rush twice, right? Keep rushing. And Will, he continues to, help our defense and be the reason why, we can finish out games like this.
2 years ago, walk us through how it is for the defense to pick you up.
C.J. Stroud.
I don't think they did a great job. That's complimentary football right there. Them working with me, I'm working with them. It's week in and week out, and I thought we threw the ball really well. I don't look at 3 plays and be like, dang, I had a bad game. Of course I can't turn the ball that much. Threw for 300 yards again and 2 touchdowns. I don't think I played terrible, but of course you can't turn the ball over. But the defense definitely held us up when we need them to, and just a great game to learn from.
Well, CJ, of course, now with this win, next week you got the Jacksonville Jaguars coming to NRG Stadium, who you defeated in Jacksonville, first game of the year. Into the game, the winners in first place in the division. Did you ever in your wildest dreams think the team would be in this spot headed to the latter part of the season?
Yes, sir. When we have expectations that we hold ourselves to and a standard we hold ourselves to, and we started that back in OTAs. And it's not about what everybody else thinks or what they thought we were going to be at this point. It's about what we go put on that field. So it's been really cool to play with my teammates and build week in, week out. And now that we put ourselves in a great position to go play for the division, man, it's really special. So this week is going to mean a lot. Got to go practice really hard and put another great weekend of practice. And around Thanksgiving, you want to be playing your best football, and I feel like we're doing that. And of course, you got to just eliminate the negative plays. But other than that, man, we're moving the ball really well. Defense is getting stops. It's the NFL, so every game is a fight and a battle to the very end, and we're going to just keep going.
About what he's done and the success he's had, despite his size?
I'm super proud of him, man. He's somebody who I came in. He was somebody who I was in contact with right after we both got drafted, and we got like a 2-week period where we were away, and we stayed in contact and just we're helping each other with the plays and things like that. And then we got here, and we just had like a natural connection, and that's grown from hard work, being very disciplined, and things like that. So, man, I'm super proud to see the fruits of his labor pay off, and he's going to continue to do great things, man. He's definitely a superstar in this league. He's going to continue to show that. So I'm really proud of that dude, man. He works his tail off every day. I've never seen somebody work as hard as him at receiver, other than who I went to college with. And you can see like on his navigation, like his speed, he's running full speed every day, and that's hard to do, So he's definitely a great talent, a great player, and a great person, and I'm blessed enough to be teammates with him.
Can you walk us through that play? Tank said he never saw you pointing. Everybody else saw you kind of point towards the end zone. Can you kind of walk us through how that works and how that type of play comes to be for you guys?
Yeah, they got a little pressure. It was a drawback from under center. They got a little pressure, so I was able to get the edge and escape. And those are things that we work on in practice. Is the scramble drill. He made a distinct move and took off to the back pylon, and I felt like he had good leverage on the defender, and just trying to give him a shot and throw a good ball. And I don't know if he's seen me or not, but I know he caught it, and it was a really great catch. And I'm really happy that play was able to be made. And I think that we can build on top of that. Something in this league that you have to be great at is scramble drill. Sometimes they do good in coverage. They get paid too, So you're playing against a great defense, a great team every year, and that Cardinals team took people to the wire every game. And for us to be able to pull out a win and make plays the way he's been able to make them, to be able to run the ball, man, it's something that we're going to continue to build on.
Hey CJ, kind of building on what you just said, how much does it mean to
I think this is 3 weeks in a row, man, of us executing a 2-minute drill. And the first time we had those, we didn't win. We lost to Carolina, and then we lost to Atlanta on 2-minute drills. And we came back and had like a leadership council and wanted to do a lot more 2-minute walkthroughs. And DeMeco did that for us, and I think it's paying off. So this game, I mean, this league and these games towards the end of November, going into December, man, they're not going to be easy. And it's all about just not blinking. And I really think that this team is building a callus to that. We don't have to live in that world, which I know we keep doing it, but we could start putting people away too. That would be helpful and be cool. But it is what it is, man. You get any way you can in this league. You want to win. That Cardinals team had really good DBs and really good players, and we still threw the ball really well. But, of course, everybody's going to highlight the turnovers and everything, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, we're going to keep doing us and keep proving ourselves right, you know. So I'm really blessed to be able to get these type of wins, but we don't have to. And we're hopefully going to stop doing that. But if we need to pull out the bad, we will.
CJ, two-part question. First, just your health. We all saw you took a big shot. You had to come out of the game. So just overall that process, getting back out there, how you felt. And then the second piece of that is, do you feel now, given the last 2 weeks, having to do some risk assessment management, whether it's in the low red, the high red, the plus on the field, how do you go about picking and choosing your spots, when to be aggressive and when not to?
What was the first question again? I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. I just got the wind knocked out of me. I'm all right. Took a couple little shots, but I mean that's football. I'll be okay. And man, Steph Curry don't ever stop shooting. I'm gonna keep letting it ride. You know, and I don't got no shame in my game. I definitely got to be smarter, but no confidence is taken away from me. I'm gonna keep letting it fly. I mean, there's things where it can go either way, you know, and they got the better of me today, and that's just the NFL, you know. So I'm blessed enough to come out here with a dub, and my confidence isn't going nowhere. I'm gonna keep shooting it. I'm gonna keep letting it fly, and that's what I think. That's what makes me great, is that those times where you either get away with it or you don't, or you make the play you don't. I've been blessed enough to have plays where nobody talks about it because they don't make the play. But this game they made the plays, and that's not going to skew my confidence one bit. And I'm going to keep being me. I think I'm very confident, not only in myself, but how we're playing as an offense in the whole. And I'm not going to let my emotions and things get in front of that. And this is a football, man. This is not tennis or anything like that. I'm out there with 11 guys, and those guys always have picked me up, and I appreciate that, you know. So, and I'm still learning as I'm going, and I'm really blessed to be able to do it with such a special group of guys, you know. So, man, my confidence is still there. I'm gonna keep doing what I do.
Amen.
That's going to take the crowd is keeping you an MVP chant. I don't know if you could hear that. What was your reaction to this?
I really didn't hear it, but I appreciate it.
CJ trying to get out there.
Yeah, it's cool. Hopefully, man, I keep playing good and keep putting wins together, and that's definitely, of course, in my goals, not only for this year, but I mean for every year. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm focused on one play, one game at a time. And knowing how people are so wishy-washy, I don't know if I'm still in that race. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, but nah, man. I think this game, man, it's the testament of who is gonna not blink and who's gonna just keep going. And for me, I mean, that's how kind of the adversity that I've been dealt, not only in my football career but in life. So I'm gonna just keep going, man. And I think I put another great performance together. Was blessed enough to have a great game throwing the ball, but of course you got to eliminate the turnovers. But I appreciate the fans doing that, and appreciate them, man. We're gonna need them for sure next week. Jacksonville's a great team, playing them twice, and it's hard to beat a team twice. So we got to bring our A game, and their energy that definitely helps. So appreciate y'all, God bless.
DeMeco Ryan, C.J. Stroud, Houston Texans, great gutsy win at home, holding down home field. Jaguars are next, one we gotta get at home. Division, we thinking division now. Enjoy this one, but it's time to go right back to work next week. This G.S.Q.H. Goodymo Sports Quick Hits. It's been fun. Slouchy Sunday. Y'all enjoy yourselves. And check out the Rockets tonight if y'all get a chance. They playing the Lakers. They came up short against the Clippers the other night. James Harden hit the game-winning shot. Can y'all believe that? Can y'all believe it? But it shouldn't even got up to that point. turnovers, miscue here and there. Should have won that game, but hey, somebody's got to win. And it had to be James Harden on a foul 4-point play. Y'all enjoy yourselves. I'm out of here. Peace. Oh, maybe should put the other one up too. Peace.